Hello again, all my fragrance buddies out there, and I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. Well, it's that time of year again, folks, when we see an influx of new releases. And in today's episode, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this brand new flanker for 2024. This is Boss the Scent Elixir for him, and it follows last year's Boss Bottled Elixir flanker, which I thought was a pretty decent release, to be honest. But I wondered whether we'd see an Elixir in this particular line, because in my humble opinion, the scent lineup are by far my favourite range of Hugo Boss fragrances. However, this one intrigued me a little bit more because there's no mention in any of the official marketing of that wonderful Maninka fruit note that this line's famous for, so I honestly didn't know what to expect from it whatsoever. But to find out my initial thoughts on it after wearing it for a couple of days now, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul, and the only place I could actually find this little fella here in the UK was on a website called Makeup, which I presume are based out in Europe somewhere because it did take a few days for it to arrive. It comes in two sizes, a 50ml bottle size priced at £72.58 and a 100ml size bottle at £95.72. And the concentration is classed as a PARFUM Intense, which is often referred to as being like a pure perfume, so not bad value coming in at just under £100 for a 100ml size bottle. Okay, so into the presentation, and the box looks very similar in design to all the other flankers in this line, except for the deep red satin colourway. On the front is the usual bottle silhouette in a spot gloss finish, and it features metallic branding. There's a small Hugo Boss logo at the top, loads of product information on the back, and at the base is where you'll locate the batch code, which is 3331 on this particular one. The bottle is much more interesting, and it comes in a gorgeous deep red translucent glass with gold accents and also a gold cap. As always, there's the usual Boss logo that runs up the bottle vertically, which is actually embossed into the glass, as well as the name of the scent and the concentration, which is printed in gold. The cap is plastic and it's a click-on style, and I would have liked to have seen a magnetic cap on this premium Elixir version, but it's decent enough, and the atomizer delivers a really nice short sharp blast of spray, and I think I'll give myself a couple of sprays. But yeah, overall the presentation on this is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so into the note breakdown, and as it reads on the back of the box, this is a rich, highly concentrated interpretation of the original fragrance. An alluring blend of red-hot pimento, coral Caledonian sandalwood and vibrant lavender absolute inflames the senses. So no mention of any of the usual sweeter notes that you find in a lot of the other flankers like the Maninka fruit and the vanilla, so maybe this is going to head off into a completely different direction, but let's find out in the scent profile. Okay, so from the initial spray of this, fans of the range will be pleased to know that you instantly get that familiar Boss the Scent DNA come straight through with a stunning, warm and sweet character. So I'm guessing that the Maninka fruit is actually still included in this, as well as notes that regularly feature like maybe the vanilla and also the ginger. However, it's perhaps not quite as sweet and as fruity as some of the other flankers in the line, like the Private Accord, which went down the chocolatey gourmand route, and the latest release, which was this magnetic flanker. But this one does have slightly more vibrancy about it in the opening, and I can pick out that bright and airy lavender note that's been included in this. There is also a bit more spiciness when you compare it side by side with the others in the line, but not so much so that you'd refer to it as being an outright spicy fragrance as such, but just enough to balance out all that sweetness. As it dries down, the lavender, known for its soothing aromatic presence, and also the sandalwood bringing a smooth and woody undertone, just help to produce like a really relaxing and comforting aroma that's perhaps not quite as playful as some of its predecessors. And in my opinion, this is more refined and grown up. The pimento pepper comes through a little bit more as it dries down, so you will end up with like a spiced woody base, but it always maintains a decent level of sweet indulgence. This is a super classy gentleman's scent with a suave and sophisticated elegance, and I will predict right now that it's going to be a fan's favourite. It's super mass appealing and it's going to get you tons of compliments. Yeah, this is a pretty versatile scent and you could wear it during the day casually, but for me it's one that I tend to wear more as a night out fragrance when I'm dressed up. It's perfect for a smart but casual event when you're wearing like a black suit jacket and an open collar white shirt, something of that nature. It's refined, but yeah, it's still got a lot of playful and seductive charm, so definitely more of a nighttime fragrance in my opinion. I think it's suitable for men of any age to wear, and I could see someone in their 20s right up to someone in their 60s enjoying this one. Yeah, the performance on this is great, and the higher concentration means that it's going to stick around longer on skin and definitely longer on your clothes. I wouldn't say that it projects a lot more than the other Boss scent flankers because all of them produce a large sillage that will turn heads and get you noticed wherever you go. But it's the longevity where you'll probably tend to notice the biggest difference. And I would say that this one has a touch more intensity and depth about it, especially in the far dry down. And you can be confident that it'll easily get you through a full day or a night out without having to reapply it. It's one that you'll still smell lingering on your clothes days after you've worn them, so definitely nothing to be concerned about in terms of its performance. Okay, so in summary, this is a super stylish smelling gentleman's fragrance, and for me, it's definitely my new favourite in the line. It's not a real radical change from the rest of the fragrances in this range, but it's just tweaked, it's more refined and longer lasting, and it's just an overall better quality version of the original scent DNA. I honestly couldn't see how it could improve on the others that have gone before it because I love all of them, but this does take it to another level, and I can't see how anybody could dislike how this one smells. It's one that I think women will also love smelling on their man, and I can't recommend it enough for you to try out for yourself. It's certainly going to be my signature scent for the next few months, that's for sure, and for that reason it gets a very rare 10 out of 10 from me. Okay, so that's about it for this latest episode, but don't forget I'll be back very soon with inevitably loads more new 2024 releases, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. I've also got some superb low-cost fragrances to talk about, as well as taking a trip back down memory lane and revisiting some forgotten classics, so lots of good stuff to kick off the new year with. So once again, thank you very much for tuning into this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.